M. Night Shyamalan is a very stupid man with very bad ideas, and this is the latest little turd that he has pooped out onto the big screen. It's a mediocre movie where basically nothing interesting happens for 2 hours and the ending was obvious from the start. It's a hateful god in a retarded world. Well, since the movie is dumb and boring, let's get right into the spoilers, because this fucking movie has me so pissed that I got a rant. This movie isn't bad, mind you. It's a horror movie, so it's weak by default. No horror movie has ever been great. Even the best horror movies are just some dumb stuff where nothing happens. Eat shit, The Shining. Anyways, the reason why I have this urgent desire to talk about this fucking movie is because God is real, and he is back to his old tricks, fire and brimstone right up the ass. This is some real Old Testament shit right here. We don't like sinners, burn down the whole city. Job is a successful and faithful man. God can't have that. Time to team up with Satan to ruin his life. And even if he spares you, you can't even look back or you'll be turned to salt. Fuck you, God. You're allowed to burn down 2 whole cities, but if we want to sneak a peek, we turn into salt? How much salt did you turn yourself into for doing that, huh? Oh, it's fine when you do it, just don't look at it, huh? Wow. Well, I guess the most relevant comparison here is the tale of Isaac, where God asks Abraham to sacrifice his son. But in this movie, God includes the whole family of 3, 2 gay dads and 1 Asian daughter. If they don't sacrifice one of the 3, then God will destroy all of humanity. Wow, God, this might be your most retarded adventure yet. Good job. Or maybe I should blame M. Night. Or did God create M. Night to tell this stupid tale? Is this what it all led to? Were Christians right all along? Does God hate the fags? Well, this God apparently does. He says either you kill your gay lover or I'll wipe out the whole world. Oh really, God? Homosexuality offends you that much that you cannot accept humanity with one loving pair of gays? Either the gays have to go or we all must die? Honestly, I'm completely speechless that this is a movie that got made. What the fuck? My mind is blown. So you're telling me that God is willing to wipe out humanity unless you can stop these 2 gays from making love? And by the way, don't buy the retarded shit this movie is telling us here, okay? God didn't choose these 2 because their love was so strong and pure. He did it because he hates the gays. You made this entire world. You're omniscient. You're omnipotent. You didn't intervene when we had Hitler or Putin, but gays? That's where you draw the line. They didn't happen to be gay. It's not inclusive. You chose these 2 gays to be the subject of your wrath. And you didn't stay the hand. You didn't turn the gun into bubbles like Sanus did. You didn't bring back the dead family like you did for Job. You spared Isaac. I guess he wasn't gay, so he gets to live. In the end of the movie, everybody talks about how relieved they are when God finally stopped the plagues, when the gay lover died. But nobody knows. Nobody knows that God sent his 4 horsemen to commit a hate crime. Nobody knows the sacrifice the gays had to make. They don't go to heaven for their sacrifice. At least we aren't shown that happening. They don't get to talk to God. He doesn't have to explain his fucking actions. He just shits out some plagues upon the world, the same way M. Night shits out another confusing, insane movie every few years, and nobody does anything about it. It's sickening. One of the 4 horsemen chosen by God was a guy who already committed a hate crime against these specific 2 people before. What the fuck are you doing, God? 1 hate crime wasn't enough? It had to be 2? He had to come back for seconds? Nice fucking choice, God. This is what you pick? Out of all the people in the world, you pick these 2 gays to put them into this impossible situation where they basically have everything taken from them, including their autonomy. You may think this movie was about making a choice, about doing the right thing, solving the big divine trolley problem of saving the most lives. But you would show an incredible lack of moral understanding. Let me burst your bubble here. There is no choice. Choice A is kill your lover. Choice B, the whole world ends, but you and your gay lover stay alive to wander the destroyed earth forever alone in darkness, infinite guilt. I'm gonna say that's not an option. Eat shit, God. And you can't kill the child either, cause M. Night doesn't have the fucking balls. That's right, the only option is to remove homosexuality. That is what this movie says. And the way it is presented to our loving family of three is by having 4 violent offenders break into the home and give them a concussion and tie them up. Yeah, that's not how making a choice works. That's a choice under duress. You're insane. But in the end, the movie thinks the right choice has been made. No! What we actually saw was 3 people getting bullied until they gave in to their bullies and gave them what they wanted. If the right choice had been made, they would have said no. We're not giving you permission to snuff out our gay love by threatening all of humanity. You aren't a brainless trolley derailing because of missing safety regulations. You are the almighty, all-knowing creator, and you specifically created this situation knowing the outcome. You saw what the world was like and you're like, yeah, I could take it or leave it, but I'll need 1 less gay couple, please. Okay? Not okay. The only moral thing here would have been to defy God in whatever way is possible. No, I won't sacrifice my gay love to an unfeeling tyrant. No, you can't blame me for your actions. You're supposed to know better. You're literally God. You unleashed these plagues because you wanted to. You can't blame us. No, you can't have Crimea just because you threatened to blow up the world. I won't accept a world where you get to swing around your dick and commit hate crimes left and right and nobody will stop you. If you're going to act like a child and break your own toys, go ahead. I'm not rewarding this kind of behavior. In the Old Testament, when God tested Job, he tested Job's faith. But these gays were atheists. They didn't ask for this. They didn't flatter this bloated ego by praying every weekend. You can't test their faith. They knew religion was retarded and now they have proof. They went against their atheist faith to save the world, but there was no choice to be made. They just chose a slightly worse hell to go to. What if God is real and he hates you? Well, I'm not sure I'm ready to answer that question. Anyways, you've probably already typed a comment telling me that I misunderstand M. Night's masterpiece, and it was actually a critique of religion, just showing us how silly it is. Silly God? Well, nope. That's not the movie I watched, okay? I watched a movie where the choice that was presented as the right choice in the end was to sacrifice your gay lover to a god that doesn't deserve it. If you had the balls to critique religion, you'd give us the bad ending. Or you'd go full anime and have the gays fight God. Maybe they use arguments to sway God's opinion. But this movie doesn't have an anti-religious message. This movie doesn't have any message. This movie is just a shitty slasher movie where God is the big bad. In the end, it was all ineffable, and he was somehow good. Somehow it was justified, because we deserve to be judged. Fuck off. How about I judge you, huh? How about I tell you what I think? The movie was boring, and it would have been unwatchable if it wasn't for the brilliant performance of Dave Bautista. Nobody else was even remotely interesting or believable. The writing was god-awful, there was no twist. It was clear from the first half an hour that God and religion was real, and all that remained to be seen was whether or not the people would give in to the bully. I can't say that I expected better from the half-wit who brought us the ending of the movie Glass. It wasn't entertaining, it wasn't interesting, and the only thing worth talking about is the utter incompetence of the message behind it. And now that I've thoroughly spoiled it for you, you don't have to see it. 4 out of 10. By the way, welcome everybody to my movie review channel. If you want me to make more videos on here, then I'm gonna need 20 likes on this video, okay? If I don't get the likes, I'll commit a hate crime against the straight. It's all up to you now. It's out of my hands, okay? You just gotta press that like button. It's the only way to save them. I'm not responsible for my actions. Won't you think of the children? Won't you fucking think of the children dying and crying while dying? Ah.